How do men pick who they manipulate, and how do you know when they're genuinely interested?
Oh, there's always a profile to a manipulator. I'll give you some common reasons how they can tell if you're easy to abuse, manipulate, or exploit. Number one is if you're codependent. Another one, if you have low self-esteem. If you discount the positives, that's another thing. If they compliment you and you minimize yourself. If you're a catastrophic thinker, whether you magnimize things or you minimize things. If you operate from a place of low self-worth. If you shy away from just general conversations, those are the things that they pay attention to. If you have trauma, that's another thing. And if you are vocal about your trauma, if you have trauma from previous relationships, if you have negative experiences in your childhood and you are vocal about that, they can see that. They can see that in the way you speak, in the way you behave, in the way you interact with people. That is the easiest way to identify if they can manipulate you. If there are certain qualities about yourself that you find low, if you have a lack of self-confidence or anything like that, they're going to take that weakness that you have and they're going to exploit that to use it against you. That's the way that they can tell if you're a person that they can manipulate.
Girl, most women are actually really scared of men, and they have a right to be, because men are super scary because many of them are predators. And so what I wanted to do as a dating coach for almost 15 years and as your fairy godbrother is to share with you some of the signs that a lot of these male predators are looking for when they're trying to date you, to see if they can exploit you, manipulate you, and just take control and advantage of you. Okay? So first, let's talk about reactions. They're always going to be looking at your reaction. So they will often test you by saying something a little bit disrespectful, teasing you, or a joke. You're going to have to set a boundary immediately and let them know how it makes you feel. That hurt my feelings. That made me uncomfortable. They will also compliment you, and they will look to your reaction. If you are minimizing it or saying, no, I'm not beautiful, right? Or you're acting like you've never had a compliment before in your life. Oh my God, thank you so much. This is so nice of you. I can't believe you're saying this. They already got you, girl. Okay, so they're looking at your reactions to how they are communicating with you. The other reaction that they're looking for is if they're going to ask you for a favor. They're going to ask you maybe for money, for a ride to the airport, maybe even career advice, right? Please don't give it to them. Don't give them anything. They want to see, is she going to give to me? Because real men that are in their masculine energy, they want to give to you. They don't want to take from you. Okay? Now, let's talk about what you say in your words. So if you're saying a lot of, I don't know, he already knows that he has you. Because it means that you're not checking in with yourself, that your head and your heart are disconnected. If you're saying a lot of self-deprecating things and humor, oh no, I'm not that smart, or I'm not that good at math, he already knows that you don't think highly of yourself. So that you can just co-sign on whatever you're thinking, he can co-sign on that, and you can start to stay in a lower vibration or a lower sense of self-worth. Okay? The other thing, if you're saying things like, I'm dating for marriage, I'm dating with intention. First of all, every man knows that if you're dating for all of that. And if you feel like you have to say it, he knows that you're desperate for it. You're desperate to be chosen, you're desperate to be in a relationship and to be married. Don't say those things. Also, don't talk about your healing journey. Everyone's healing, right? But if you're talking about your healing journey, he's going to take it as, oh, you must have really gone through some stuff. So you're going to be open to going through some stuff some more. So let's also talk about the physical, okay? So if you're around a guy and you start fidgeting with your clothes, right? It means that you're trying to look good for him, that he already has control over you. Or if, for example, and I'm a girl's girl, but I want to put you on here. If I see more skin than clothes, he knows that you're thirsty for attention, and that if he gives it to you, you're going to be putty in his hands. Okay? The other thing is, if you don't feel good about your body, if you're super tall or maybe you're thicker, a lot of those women, or even super skinny, right? You'll try to be small, right? And your posture will actually say a lot about you, and this is how the predators will target you. Okay? So that's the physical part. Now, let's talk about your actions. Don't chase. Don't initiate texts. Don't initiate calls, because you're chasing him. And when you chase him, he already knows that he has you.
I'm empty-centered men, but if there's one thing I can tell you about them, one thing, they will test you. They will test you like a Scantron sheet, honey. They will test you to see where your self-esteem is ranked. High self-esteem is linked to high standards, high quality, high respect, high ranking, and to some degree, even higher learning. And that is a meter that you do not want to rank low in. The lower your self-esteem is, You finna get the doormat treatment. That's the best way I can put it. You will be treated like a doormat, and you will be picked for one thing and one thing only. That is the worst position you could ever be in as a woman. All this advice, all these women coming on these apps and telling you their stories, have you not learned, sweetheart? You need to have high self-esteem. Now, Camille, how does one get high self-esteem? What do I need to do? Tell me. You gotta put your foot down. I don't care how tempting it is. I don't care how fun it looks or how fine he appears to be, or because by you saying no, you are letting him know that, hey, I'm not going to tolerate this. Whatever you're saying to me, whatever you're trying to get at, whatever your intentions are, it's not going to work here. It holds no merit, it holds no validity, and it holds absolutely no value or benefit to me as a woman. And I'm telling you, when you get to that point in your life as a recovering wounded feminine, I gotta tell you, the power I feel when I set boundaries, I feel so powerful, because that lets me know that I do the choosing. I choose who to give my energy to. I choose who I give my time to. Because with time and with energy, you can't get it back. You can't get a refund on it. Once you give it away, it's gone forever. And we only have so much time on this green and blue earth.
So let me tell you something about a woman. We as men, when we meet you, we can smell low self-esteem.
Woo! Smell it.
He said low self-esteem has a smell to it. I said, I've never heard that. He said it has a smell, it has a look. I don't care how prerogative you're dressed. I don't care how sophisticated you think you're looking. Low self-esteem has a smell, and let me tell you why. Because it's not the outer, it's the inner. So if the inner don't get healed, I don't care how you dress, I don't care how many BBLs you get, I don't care how many times you lay on the table and get the waist snatched and all that. If low self-esteem is there and you're not dealing with the reality of really who you are and allowing God to heal you so that you can walk in self-love, you're still going to keep projecting the same type of me.
There are 4 things that weak women let their male partners get away with. Number 1 has got to be misbehaving on social media. If you catch him liking other girls' pictures or adding other hot chicks, and then you say, well, it's only natural, I mean, there's lots of pretty girls, you know, I appreciate other men as well, then you're just being weak. You know you're not cool with it. You know he's directly perving on other women. He's disrespecting you. He's disrespecting the relationship. He doesn't care about your feelings. He wants the other girls to know he finds them sexually attractive. They think you're a muppet as well and weak, and basically you're totally gratifying him, and he knows that you're a doormat he can walk all over, and if he treats you like this, when he gets the chance, he'll definitely cheat. Number 2 is the woman who lets her man disappear on the weekend. He pops up and he says, oh, I slept on my mate's couch, I was too my phone ran out of battery, whatever the case may be, and she goes, oh yeah, that's okay, that's cool. If she's really weak, or she has a little go at him and then believes all his BS and forgives him. Now, the truth is, he probably was up to no good if he comes out of those lies on a regular basis, or even if it's true, and he did get drunk and sleep on his mate's couch, then he still has no respect for you. He sees you as weak, he knows he can get away with it anyway, so you're never going to really know what's happening in either situation. Number 3 has got to be being a grouchy, bad-tempered, rude kind of guy. So if your partner is the kind of person who's always snapping at you, putting you down, he's clearly dominant, you have to listen to him and respect, and if he gets angry, then you've got to be quiet, then quite simply he's toxic. That trait is only going to get worse. God forbid it might even get physical if he's a really, really toxic kind of man. Even if he is really stressed with work, he's kind of a strong, dominant kind of character. That's no way to treat his woman. He's not respecting you. And if he continues to do this, and especially if he continues to do this and doesn't feel really bad and apologise afterwards, then he's just a self-centered, selfish kind of guy. He doesn't really love you because he can't nurture you, and if you don't nurture someone, then you don't love them. And you're quite simply being weak by convincing yourself you still love him and that things can still be okay, because those traits are only going to get worse and you're only going to get more miserable. You need to get out of there immediately and stop being weak. And number 4 has got to be the woman who allows her man to make no effort and show no interest in her own life. If he's the kind of guy who literally never asks you how your day is, never gives you compliments, never nurtures your feminine being, probably doesn't take you out anywhere decent, he doesn't make a fuss of you, he never wants date nights, Basically, he just sees you as another part of the furniture which he owns. He doesn't fear that you'd ever leave him. He doesn't care if you feel upset or disrespected, because he's your property, he's the boss, and you are just below him in the relationship. You know that kind of behaviour makes you feel bad and unnurtured, but you still stick around because you're too weak to make the break and find somebody who can treat you properly. If any of these points resonate with you, just know you got it all wrong. This guy doesn't love you, he only loves himself. Get out before it gets worse. Peace.
I'm finna name y'all 4 things that weak women let their partner get away with. And if you can relate to any of these 4 things, yes, I'm calling you a weak woman, but it's okay. We can fix that. Number 1 is a girl that try to convince herself that social media is not that big of a deal. This is where we get into the pick-me's, okay? This is a girl that has convinced herself that it doesn't mean anything that he likes other girls' pictures all the time. It doesn't mean anything that he follow all these OnlyFans models and Instagram models. It doesn't mean anything that he never posts you and he claims to want to live a private life. It just, Instagram is made to like pictures. Shawty, you know you're not okay with that. You know deep down there's something wrong with that, bro. Like, and then, like, look at the day and age, bro. Social media is the easiest way to cheat. That's probably step 1. If it ain't the workplace, you being weak, okay? That man is micro cheating on you. And I bet my last dollar, he gonna end up cheating for real. Number 2 is the woman that allowed her man to just disappear off the face of the earth with no update, no communication, nothing. It's been 5-6 hours and that man has not updated you with what's going on. He has not told you where he's at, what he's doing, what he plan on doing, what time he plan on coming home. And your response is he just a guy. He is out with the guys. He handling responsibility. He being a man. No, that man is out there doing you the worst way, Shawty, I promise. You know your man, right? And I know your man. When does he never not have his phone on him? When is his phone ever dying? When is it never not charged up? He like, my phone died, bro. That's why I had to go crash in my partner house, and I just woke up at 4:30, found the charge, and now I'm texting you. If you believe that, you a weak woman. 3 is when this man feelings are involved, when his emotions are evoked, when he's upset, you excuse his shitty ass behavior. I'm gonna give y'all some games to peep. You do not judge a man by how he treats you when he's happy with you, or how well y'all did in the cupcake phase of the beginning. You wanna know how a man feel about you? How he handle you when he mad? Well, you done pissed him off, because it's gonna happen. I mean, that's inevitable. But how he talk about you then? How he talk to you then? What's his tone? What'd he say? There's no such thing as I just said that because I was mad. Please, like, if you believe that you was a weak woman, you a weak man if you believe that bullshit for real. It's like that shit was brewing in them this entire time. And now you done stir their ass up so much that they got word vomit. Or shit, they may have said it intentionally to hit a nerve. 4 is the woman that allows her man to not show any type of effort. You don't require this man to meet any standards, okay? Listen to this. Your love that you have for your man should be unconditional. But being in a relationship with you is very much conditional. It's, my boy, it's rules, guidelines. This shit was all in the goddamn, you know what I'm saying? What's it called? Table of contents. This shit is in the terms and conditions, okay? You have got to treat me like a queen. And if you don't, we are done. Straight like that. That's it. So if you're a woman and you got a man or you dating somebody and you allowing this shit to slide, stop being weak, bro. Cut that shit out.